As a part of Full Sail Partners' 10-year anniversary, we are highlighting each of our employees in a series called Getting to Know Your Coworker. Today, we are spotlighting Daniel Watson. Good morning, Daniel.
Morning, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, let's start off with those easy questions. What is your role at the company? How long have you been with Full Sail Partners? And where are you located?
I am a principal data migration consultant. I've been working with Full Sail for just on 4 years now. I am located in Toronto, Canada, so just west of downtown.
Yes, and you are our only Canadian employee, so I'm excited about being able to chat with you today.
Yeah, me too.
Great. All right. Well, those job questions, let's first start off with, where do you work most frequently when you work from home?
So I'm in my office. It's in a 4th bedroom, small bedroom. So if you want to call it a bedroom, but it's on the upstairs of our house in Toronto. I have a big window. You can't see it, but looking out onto the big oak trees in the backyard. So it's very nice.
And I love your background.
Yes, that's some tasks, some projects for me and the boys. I have 2 boys, so we do some projects. So it's running out of room.
That's great. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about your morning routine. What does it look like?
It's fairly simple. I mean, it's changed since COVID. My wife works from home some days now. So, but pre-COVID, it was I would get up, get the boys ready for school, walk them to school. That was kind of my commute. So it's like a kilometer walk, drop them off, kilometer walk back. So that was, creating that separation and saying, yep, now I'm going to work, and then grab a coffee, come sit at my desk, and then start the day there.
All right. Yeah. Well, what about in-house colleagues as pets? Do you have any?
I do. I have a 14-year-old puggle. So that's a cross between a pug and a beagle. She's not there today, but she's normally sitting in the background, snoring away. So I always have to warn everyone, it's not me snoring on calls. It could be the dog in the background. So.
And what is your puggle's name?
Her name is Casey with a K. So, okay. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about maybe your favorite thing about your job.
Well, I spent a lot of my time migrating clients' data. So one of the biggest challenges is actually pulling data from like unknown data sources. So, applications that I've never touched, databases never touched, and trying to learn where that data is. And getting it, mapped and migrated to fit in Vision or Vantage Point. And I mean, I also love tracking down issues that clients have, because every now and then clients have issues and kind of problem solving. So that's pretty rewarding too.
That's great. I hear that a lot. People loving. That's one of the things I really love about their job is just solving problems. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, if you could pick up a new skill in an instant, what would it be?
I would have to say learn another language. Migrating to Canada quite a number of years ago, and the 2 official languages of Canada are English and French. So if I was to learn a language, it'd be French. Would be really beneficial, actually.
Yeah. Now you said you migrated to Canada. Where did you come from?
Originally from Melbourne, Australia. So been to Canada for coming on 15 years now. So it was a 5-year plan, but it's now been 15. So.
All right. Well, I definitely learned something already. All right. Well, what's one piece of advice you wish you had received sooner?
It's working from home can be difficult to kind of create that separation. So someone did say to me, like, try and create that separation, and that's the whole routine in the morning about walking boys to school and dropping off. That's my commute. So it's when before then I try not to look at email or anything like that, and then take the boys to school, and then at that point my day starts. So it can get blurred quite a bit, especially in the evenings. I kind of work a little bit late sometimes, but I wish that I'd done that from early on, rather than kind of jumping backwards and forwards between my desk and the family. So
yeah. Especially with kids at home, sometimes that can very much blur. And so right now my daughter is, I hear her and I'm like, okay, be sure you're staying over there. Like this is, I'm in the middle of this. So it's always so funny.
Yeah.
All right. So a little bit more on the personal side. What is something you always wish you had done or wanted to do, but you haven't done yet?
take a road trip around Australia. So it was a dream when I was growing up, like, in my early 20s, to say, I just want to take 2 to 3 months off, go with a friend, tow a caravan around, or even camp, and just drive around Australia, because it's a big place. My wife's actually probably seen. My wife's Canadian, but she's probably seen more of Australia than I have, which is interesting. So, it may still happen. Maybe we'll take the boys, to show them the landscape of Australia. So it's still a dream.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to take your kids and do that trip someday.
Yeah, maybe we'll upgrade to an Airstream this time. So
there you go. All right. What about collecting? Do you collect anything?
You might say Lego, but that's projects with the boys. But I would have to say, and it's a small collection, but I do collect vinyl records. So it's small. It's maybe about 200, but I really just started collecting albums that I grew up with in my early 20s, and just some of those classic albums that I hear my parents play on their record player when they did. So I love it. We have a little display that the boys have to kind of put up 3 records for a theme every week or two. So we have to kind of pick whatever the theme is. Some of them are fairly simple, like the band start with S or something like that, but it can be pretty complicated trying to guess it sometimes. So
yeah, do you have a particular vinyl that you really love?
I like them all. I think I pick up a lot of them in like old antique stores. So you have some pretty good finds. I have like a 1971 original pressing of Led Zeppelin 4, it's very, very nice. So it's that was a good find for about $10. It was amazing. So.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, let's go to the last personal question. What's the craziest thing that you have ever done?
Okay, so I can't say skydiving or bungee jumping or anything like that. Those kinds of things to me seem crazy, but we're going to go back on the Canada thing. I think the craziest thing I've ever done is move to Canada. It's a pretty big thing, and I was kind of racking my brain thinking, what is something crazy I've done? And that's a pretty big thing. I really had no plan. I'd met my wife, and had no plan, no real money, no real job. I was going to consult for a prior company in Australia, but it just kind of barreled from there, and we kind of moved on, and it's been amazing to do that.
I definitely think that it qualifies. I'm not sure a lot of people would just up and move to a different country. And so that's definitely more on the daring and crazy side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been 6 years since we've been back with COVID and everything. So hopefully get back next year.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to this or that. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Definitely a night person. Yes.
All right. Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Coffee, cola, or tea?
Coffee.
All right. Freshly baked cookies or freshly baked bread?
Freshly baked chocolate chip cookies would be good.
Oh, yeah. All right. Music, hip hop or country?
Okay, so 20 years ago, I probably would have said hip hop, but I think I'm moving towards some mild country. So, yes.
All right. Movies, comedy, or action?
Comedy.
What about road trip or plane trip?
Definitely road trip. The flights to Australia after, they kind of tire you out after a while. So.
All right. Sand or snow?
Sand.
All right. Ninja or wizard?
I would say a wizard.
All right. Teleportation or flying?
Oh, that's easy. Teleportation. Just cut out the 30-hour flight.
All right. Last question. Scrambled, fried, or poached eggs?
I don't eat a lot of eggs, but I would say scrambled.
Okay. Well, Daniel, it was great chatting with you today, and I definitely enjoyed getting to know you better today, and I am sure that our colleagues and coworkers will as well.
Okay, great. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.